when inclusion becomes exclusion. The backlash and reframe of DEI programs.
So morning everyone, I'm Alastair, as Ali said. I'm here to talk about a topic which could be quite divisive, potentially, but the topic I was asked to speak on is when inclusion becomes exclusion, the backlash and reframe of DEI programs. I was conscious that if I stood here and talked to you about only my experiences, it is only my experiences and my views on this topic. So what I did in the last week or two is talk to about 20 customers of our business to share the topic I was asked to speak on and wanting to get their views on whether this is happening in the industry, let's say, and if so, what is being done about it. So it's more of a presentation, pardon me, than it is a speech as such. But I just want to share people's thoughts of what's happening on this particular topic. So what I asked them was, what if inclusion efforts that we are all making around the world are making people feel more excluded? Interestingly, and then following up with that was, what if the backlash against DEI is not a rejection of fairness, but a reflection of how we are trying to achieve it? This is what someone wrote back to me. DEI is not failing because inclusion is wrong. It is a backlash about bureaucracy, labels, optics, which is replacing belonging and dialogue. Why is DEI facing resistance? I think, again, this is from people I spoke to, it is becoming more compliance-driven than it is culture-driven. It is because it's an identity-first program at the moment rather than a shared humanity approach to it. It's because people are using prescriptive conversations, which is only leading to disengagement. And it's very much a top-down process or program internally, which is leading to disengagement from a lot of the workforce. I asked questions, well, how are organizations trying to battle, if you like, those issues? A lot of it was around ERGs, which employee resource groups, which are really there to bring together staff from all parts of any organization, which is there to build communities and feedback internally. But I think those are the reasons, again, why I believe the industry is facing a bit of resistance to DEI currently. Then I moved on to, well, when is inclusion becoming exclusion? And the hardest truth is, inclusion can backfire. Again, the main topics that came back to me were, it's a fine line between representation and tokenism. Meaning really that, those that take it seriously are creating these ERGs internally, where voices are heard, communities are built, whereas others perhaps are using it more to avoid criticism, rather than truly listening to their workforce and improving. It's around quotas, as opposed to hiring the right people, which can be perceived internally across your workforce as unfairness, which then leads to a fear of backlash, leading to a fear of speaking out. And then the last topic really was awareness versus stereotyping, i.e. labelling people, which reduces the workforce. I had a quote back from somebody that said, if people are afraid to speak honestly in the name of inclusion, we have created the opposite of belonging. So, risks and surprises of unintended consequence of inclusion, exclusion. The risks are you question how achievements have been earned. People start to opt out of discussions. And it starts to build quiet resentment within the workforce. And those are the risks. Some positives, again, I got feedback, was on women sponsorship leading to mutual growth within organizations we spoke to. And also neurodiverse teams are leading to unexpected innovation. I think the impact matters more than the intent, and therefore sometimes unexpected benefits can occur. So what does genuine inclusion look like to those in the industry, those I spoke to? It's a behavior rather than a policy, is one of the main things that our customers came back with. Behaviors have to outweigh what is the actual policy. It needs to be a human-first approach versus an identity-first approach. We need to be finding the right outcomes over whatever optics are framed internally. And you need dialogue over silence. Everybody owns DEI through the culture, through HR, through leadership. Belonging is created in everyday moments. Awareness, curiosity, and empathy matter more than checklists. And lastly, I'm conscious I'm rattling through this. Inclusion done right. Inclusion only breaks when it cannot be questioned. Silence is not harmony. It is often fear of speaking out. DEI done the right way benefits individuals, organizations, and society in general. The future of inclusion isn't louder messaging or stricter rules. It is deeper listening, braver leadership, and cultures that treat people as humans first. Thank you. Any questions, I guess, or hopefully that resonates with a lot of you, what you're seeing in your own workplace? Super. Thank you very much.